right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Back to throw here. Pass incomplete. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, the Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
They'll give it here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yeah, and in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 71 yards.
And while he may not verbalize it, in his mind, going up against this defense, one of the worst rush defenses in the league, he's thinking 200-plus in this game.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And some room to roam now. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. A great play there, 76 yards. And the Redskins have tied it here. The extra point to come can put them in the driver's seat. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And New York set to take the field. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Giants. 51 yards.
Not the tallest receiver on the field, but he just shouted to admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass because sometimes they'll just out-scrap you for the football.
And to give this time to the tailback. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. North of 100 yards, the two scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll set up to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And, look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he can vault himself right into the #1 spot. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by guy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. They'll set up a throw. Sliding out of the pocket. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space.
And he loses the football a second time, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here, and thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit.
He's got a man, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1:58 to go in this 1st half of play. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football into the Redskins. Have it they do.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score at worst.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He'll drop to throw, and Boyd has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Laquan Treadwell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Redskins on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Meanwhile, down in Philly, and the Eagles out in front early. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. So we've come upon half. So no update from Larry after 17 weeks. Folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. And now here's a carry heading left. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll rifle this one deep right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll lead here to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they have regained the lead. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time. And he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level. And he's able to get back on track.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go now.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 47 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. his 9th touchdown of the season. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's go. Party.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done. Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him go too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They'll drop to throw. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. You've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Now let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
He'll look to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
This will be caught inside the 10. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the fourth down in New Orleans. And the Saints have scored again, enjoying a comfortable cushion. Jay Ajayi, 2 touchdowns on the ground to help lead the way. And New York set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits...
This is caught at the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up.
Let's go. Green.
And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. The Redskins on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining